Atlanta Regional Commission has chosen to make biking, walking, and riding transit the priority for our communities, and that is not our priority. The Lower Roswell Road project did not include bike paths, multi-use trails, and tearing up perfectly good sidewalks when the voters voted for it in 2011. The Atlanta Regional Commission is a danger to local control. They are making us do things we do not want to do. That is really a Soviet form of government, and it's not local representation. We did not approve the bike paths, multi-use trails, replacement of perfectly good sidewalks, and mixing cyclists with over 20,000 cars on Lower Roswell Road. That was as of the 2015 study. It's much more now. It's dangerous, extremely dangerous. That's why you don't see cyclists at that corner right now. We do not want the ideal communist city, which failed in the former Soviet Union, no multi-use, dense development by archaic railroad tracks.
It is now being proposed that bicycle lanes be added on Lower Roswell Road on the east and west sides of Johnson Ferry Road. Can you imagine riding a bicycle in traffic volumes on Lower Roswell Road of around 25,000 vehicles per day? Would you believe there are federal regulations that say a bicycle has the same right as a car or a truck or a bus? Bicycles in bicycle lanes? Could you imagine the accidents that we're going to have in the future? The fatalities?
I'm a cyclist, and there's no way you'd catch me riding down either on the road part of Lower Roswell Road or Johnson Ferry. I would be on the sidewalk going down Johnson Ferry down to the river. But you know what I do? I put my bike in my car and I ride my car to Silver Comet, and then, or to another bike path, and then I use that. That's just what I'm going to say about that.
This stuff is not even, it's very disconnected from what we in Cobb County want. But you're obviously very transparent about how much the ARC tells you what to do, because you're just doing their bidding. You're just doing whatever they kind of tell you to do, it appears, because their priorities have become your priorities. We are your priority. We're not peasants. We are not peasants. We are citizens of this county.
On this Lower Roswell Road project, safety, in the drawings that Drew showed was the bike lanes are between the left turn lane and the straight lane. And it puts the biker between cars on either side.
This stuff with this Unified Development Code, this transgender stuff, the drag queen show at the library, multi-use path, and all the support animals. It's like, totally agree with Pam, and I've been saying it too. Let's look at what's really going on in our country, because the market is going to crash. And there will be a new pandemic that shows up, and nobody's going to be able to go anywhere. So think about that before you're starting new things, like spending money on that diversity stuff and the inclusion. It's all so woke. And woke is just a really good word for broke. It's also a really good word, or it's a different word than like socialism and Marxism and communism. It's the whole entree into that. So we see it. I hope you see it. Maybe you don't. Maybe you're just so used to hearing what the ARC wants that you just do whatever they say that you, or the developers and whoever's paying money, whatever.
And I'll tell you about the bikes. You know, there was a manager where I worked at Buckhead Life, and he started riding his bike in Buckhead. And unfortunately, he got mushed by a driver. And he was in Grady for months. He's got titanium all in. He's lucky he's alive. But he bankrupted, you know. your health care plan for 1,000 employees. When you have an event like that, it's gone. Then Grady had to eat it for him being there so long. He didn't have the money. Nobody carries that kind of insurance to cover it on your car.